It's Week 11 of the 2024 season. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He's in the top tier of the league, 5th in receiving yards so far this season. It's the Vikings and the Lions under the lights on Thursday night.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one here between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles. Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field a defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The numbers for him from a week ago, 21 carries, 86 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Here's Hurts to throw. Flushed out right. He's got a man complete. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. Touchdown! Terrace Marshall, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's Terrace Marshall who's able to cap things off with a touchdown. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Ultra! Go ultra!
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangwu. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Now, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Terrace Marshall. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Vikings, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Anthony Averett picks it. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually couldn't count it last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw today.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. His throw incomplete.
They got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there's good coverage.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, 46 yards. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point safely through, and it's now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first. 21-0 our score after 1.
Ready up. Red green. Ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Got his man, it's Thornton. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. Instead, It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Complete to T.J. Hawkinson. It's a gain of 6.
Back to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. Again, he'll drop to throw. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
He'll get that one complete to Connor. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Cook, they'll try and run it. And he'll get in for the score. And that's going to cut the lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. So here are the Lions to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Hurts. Buying time to his left. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Hurts fumbles it. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got him in, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Ready, set. Opposite, green. Ready, set.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check, pitch. Set.
Another run now for Nwangu. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Give left side here for Nwangu. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple of plays ago. That if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding it at the 2. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Now a give running left is Nwangu. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here we go on 4th down. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop him with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. So we've reached past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point, because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They'll go right back to Nwangu. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Hollywood Marquise Brown becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, They know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44s. They try again on first down. Now this throw caught left side. They'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit! Juwan Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Vikings 16.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd and 9 now. He finds his man, complete. It's Connor finding room at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 36 yards on the play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Cook, they'll try and run it. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Slant route, and he finds Thornton. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd down and inches. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Back to throw again. Completes this one to Thornton. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone.
And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play you would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 30-yard line. Well, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now what's happening?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll drop to throw. Got his man, it's Thornton. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Holding, offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line. Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Handoff right side to Nwangu. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
on a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So now the Lions down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actual frustration, not a good play.
Now a give running right, Nwangu. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu with career touchdown number 60. And the Vikings are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. They're going to keep it on the ground.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wondered maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
When it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Here's Hurts to throw. For Marshall, that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Tremble. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st down, Hurts. And his throw here is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Throwing is Hurts. That caught by Tremble. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. To throw again on second down. Hurts. This is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. The partner under the lights in prime time. This